Welcome to the Dream Council podcast. My name is Desmond De La Ghetto, and this is episode 14 of Drive Council Radio. Today, we're talking with Jeremy, aka Mano. We're also talking with Malik and AGE Romance with Team Chaos Yoshi, and we'll be talking about NEC 13, which transpired this past weekend. And we'll, talk about a little bit of, the East Coast KOF scene. So this is episode 14 of Drive Council Radio, the official podcast for DreamCouncil.com. Alright, welcome back everybody. We're back sooner than later. I didn't want to leave y'all hanging like before with the whole 3 to 4 month hiatus. But we're back, with another show. Got some good guests. I know this will be a good one. Before we will start, we're going to talk about some front page news. We have a KOF survey that was made by Riki Kaito and Fadacon, which is one of our Dream Council mods. And it's running down. It's a fairly short survey, asking some questions about what makes you want to play KOF outside your home, what streams you like or whatever, or where do you get information. So if you play or watch KOF, check out the survey and fill it out. And then there's some prizes attached to it. So definitely do that. It'll help the community as best as it can, and it will be. So go ahead and check it out. I'll probably just bump it up when we put this episode on the front page, so you'll check it along with the MP3 link. So I think that's it about that. So without no further ado, why don't we start introducing the guests? Why don't we introduce Mano Jeremy? How are you doing, man?
Not bad. How are you, man?
I'm great. It's a beautiful night here up in Minnesota. It's snowing as usual. But why don't you just go ahead and just introduce yourself for the listeners who aren't really sure who you are, real quickly, if you could.
All right. My name is Jeremy. I go as Mano Tecatito, or Mano for short. I'm a local Philly player. Hang around in the Philly scene. I've been involved with SNK, Neo Geo games, for a while, since about 2007, and mainly Garo, Mark of the Wolves. And I'm just starting to get into KOF with more people actually playing SNK games now, and KOF leading the charge. So that's what has me really interested, and what helped me break me in is KOF and running tournaments at Big E gaming events.
All right, nice, very, very nice. What characters do you play with in KOF?
KOF, I'm still messing around right now. I know I want to use Kenso and Chin, but from there, I don't know. I was thinking Yuri, but maybe someone like Maxima. I have no clue after that.
Okay, cool, very, very cool. All right, next up we have Malik. Malik, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing swell. Thank you very, very much. Just to let people know, Malik, he's now a front page editor for Dream Council, along with a couple other community members. So it's good to have you on board. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure, man. Why don't you just tell us just a little bit about yourself for people who may not know, or who have seen your name around the forums and whatnot.
Oh yeah. Well, let's see. I originally started off as a Third Strike player in 2007, so played that for about 3 years, and I played SF4. I still kind of dabble with it now and then because I've played it so long, so I can't really quit. I've actually I guess like people will most know me for is Melty Blood. I got top 8 at final round 13. No, was it 14? Yeah, I got 7th in that, and I got 5th at NEC last year in Melty Blood as well. So most of the anime community, they've seen my face, so they recognize me. And this KOF 13, this is my first King of Fighters like I've played. Like I'm not gonna say ever, but as far as on a competitive level. So I really love this game.
Cool. Word. Yeah. Very, very nice, man. Thanks for joining us on the show. And
No problem.
also we have Team Chaos Yoshi. Yoshi, you there, man?
Yeah, what's up, man?
How you doing? I'm doing great. As usual. I think isn't this your second time on the show, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, because we did a Team Chaos show a while back, and that was fun.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Cool, great, man. Man, I would ask you could introduce yourself again. I think people are pretty knowledgeable of who you are, but you can go ahead and tell people who you are again.
Well, I'm just a local SoCal player. I really don't go to a lot of tournaments, but I just try to go to as many as I can. And I might not be as known as this Romance or Reynolds or Mr. KF. I'm not that well known, but I do try to represent my team, and I'm always there.
Word, yeah, and you're a good player too, man. I've been watching some of your gameplay on the streams, and yeah, you be going in, man. Like you're talented, dude.
Thank you.
Word. And also we have AGE Romance. Romance, you there, man? How you doing?
Yeah, good, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. Yeah, good to have you on the show. This is your second time on the show as well, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool, man. It's good to have you. So, why don't we just start about NEC, Northeast Championship. So why don't we start with Malik, why don't you just give us a little rundown on the the whole scope of NEC as far as KOF goes? And,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think for me, I was mostly a little bit just confused about things, like just as far as like scheduling and stuff, because I was in singles times. It was I think it was posted, but I wasn't too sure because I think the times were changed. I don't know if that was part of like the staff. That's not that's Mono, or whoever that probably wouldn't been on his end. But I was just confused because I didn't know what format teams was going to be. I didn't know if it was going to be like seasons beatings. You know how each person had a character and you play, or it was going to be how they actually did it at NEC, which is each person play on and play a whole team. Because that's why I was like, oh, I'm not too sure, because I never really got any information about what the format was going to be. So I was like, I'll just wait. And it could honestly, a lot of us we complained and said our stuff, but it really could have been a lot worse than it was. It really could have, because I've definitely been to worse tournaments, and it was pretty decent. I had fun. I actually had fun a lot at NEC, because I do a lot of stuff outside of KOF as well as as well as KOF, and try to be involved. But things didn't happen. Like we didn't get our stream time and stuff, and I'm pretty sure most people know the reason about that by now. So I'm not gonna just get into details of that. I guess I'll let Romance and Mono speak on that. But
okay,
things happen, and just lack of communication, and just people being people. Not everyone's perfect. That's I guess that's the main point I want to get across. And just shit happened. It was wrong. So
okay.
All we can do is just look at it as something to never repeat again. So because if I sit here and tell you that final round was perfect, I'd be a damn liar. And, it was one of the best events I had been to.
Mm-hmm.
I lost my voice screaming.
Very good tournament.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it was
All right. Romance, man. Can you give us some of your thoughts, man? I know you've had some pretty you've been to so many tournaments, I bet. But what did you think of NEC, man?
Oh man. Okay. So first of all, I would like to say that the things that I'm gonna say, it's nothing against any organizer, it's nothing against anybody. It's just my thoughts. It's just my thoughts about what I saw, what I have to deal with there. So everything started when Malik said about the team tournaments. I actually didn't see on the board because they had a board and they put like the schedule time for team tournaments, and I didn't see a Kino Fighter tournament, and I'm like, I think I heard about it that you guys will hold a team tournament, and then I just get close to the table, the pre-register table, and then I ask the people, the people was there, and then I was like, oh, excuse me, you guys will have a Kino Fighter tournament, and they're like, hold on, let me check, and then okay, like 1 minute later, they just went like, oh, I think we don't have a Kino Fighter team tournament, and I'm like, really? Yeah, you might come back later to figure it out, and I'm like, okay, and then I don't know. I remember somebody told me, oh, they will have a Kino Fighter tournament team. Just go to that table. I think it was a player, it was a guy, but that was like 3 hours later when all the team tournaments once was done. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just try to get in and support the community and play. And then it happens. So we have to play like differently, like Malik says. So I remember I played team tournaments at season meetings, and it was one character per person each person. So this time they went like, no, this time is every person plays, like 3 characters against 3 characters. And I'm like, okay, it's cool. And then we start playing. I think it was all the team tournament was on stream. And then when it was over, we played the finals. It was just a single elimination. It used to be on team tournaments before. It was double elimination. But this I was like, okay, this tournament is different. Like, okay, I respect that. But when it was over, they were just like, okay, thank you. And then like, some of my teammates are like, oh, you charged me like $10 from to get in the team, so we didn't get any back. And I'm like, that's true. Let me ask. And then I got close to those guys, and I was like, oh, we're gonna get some money back, or it was just like, like exhibition, or oh. And he was like, oh, yeah, but you know what? I don't have the money right now. I'm going to find the person who got the money, and I'll let you know if I can give you the money today. If not, I will give it to you tomorrow. And I'm like, what? Okay. And then like 15 minutes later, I was like, oh, you guys got like, like the staff? And he was like, no, I think it's going to be for tomorrow. And I'm like, okay. But, like that kind of stuff, I didn't expect, like I haven't seen that before. So that was kind of weird.
So it was like a lot of miscommunications, basically,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, man, a lot. And then I think that was the main reason, because the communication was so poor. I mean, it's not about like the people who did the tournament, but I think the misunderstanding communication was like not the best.
Right. Okay. So Jeremy, man, do you have anything to add to that at all?
Yeah, sure. Now, what I can really say is that a lot of it comes down to it being my fault in the end, because what happened was the first event that I ran, I just simply sent them over to the table, and players got paid, and that was that. This event, since we ended KOF teams towards the end of the night, I wasn't sure where I was supposed to send you guys, so I went out to find out where I was supposed to send you guys for the money. And they told me, okay, don't worry about it, we're going to pay him tomorrow. I said, okay, and I came back and I told you guys that. As for how the teams were, it was just I couldn't have done a double elimination in the time frame that we had, because what had happened was we had some power issues at the tournament, and I was actually helping out a bunch with the power issues. We let me try and think. What time were we supposed to have double start or team start at?
6 or something like that, 6 or 7.
And definitely, then let me add something really quick. Thank you,
Sure.
Jeremy, because you help us a lot, man. I don't know if you weren't there, if you wasn't there, it'll be crazy, man. Like crazy, worse, like worse.
Yeah,
Thank
it
you,
could've
thank
been
you. I really appreciate your help.
Yeah, no problem. I'm just want to make sure that Big E is covered, because I love the man. The guy puts on great events, and unfortunately, the way everything worked out is my inexperience, but me trying to help out as much as possible, and everything worked out in the end. And I was really I was worried when you were getting worried about the money, because I'm like, I know Eric's got the money sitting right up in his room, and you don't have to worry about that type of stuff. But once again, it just came down to my own inexperience with how to handle the winners when they were supposed to get their money, and just miscommunication on my part with the rest of the staff.
Yeah, and I feel like I should apologize too, because I'm not gonna lie, like I was actually kind of bitching a lot about it, because I was just like, like like I said in the Facebook group, like I let my passion towards everything, like it blinds me, and I was just like, I was like, yo, hold on, like I kind of like I know it's kind of taken as far as like, yo, I treat KOF like my girlfriend or something like that. No, seriously, like I hate seeing everything be abused and stuff. Like we don't know when things are going, like players don't know when they're getting paid. It's just like this, I was like, hold on, I don't like this, and it's like I came all the way out here for this, and like I left work early, missed money that I actually did need, and like not saying I go to tournaments to make a profit, but I went negative in a sense, and it's like I spent my time and money here, and I kind of felt like I wasn't valued, like because at the end of the day, that's what matters. Like I wanted to feel like they want me to come back and stuff, but as far as the KOF experience alone, like I kind of felt like I wasn't valued, but like I do have to give props to you, because you did do a good job with all the miscommunication and shuffling of the games, especially on Sunday. That and I guess I can't really call it scandalism, but all the shady stuff that happened and stuff, and it wasn't your fault. So like because I did a lot, I placed the blame just on everyone, because I was like, I know Big E, man. I'm like, this. I was like, this is out of character. Like something, something was wrong, because I went to NEC last year, and I was like, yo, I'm not missing this for the world. Like even if I have to take a loan or something or ask someone, I'm making it to NEC. So
Word, cool. Romance, man, do you have any thoughts on what of Malik and Jeremy said?
No, I think I respect that. Like and like I say, like I really thanks all the staff, like because even at the last minute on Sunday, he was trying to like get things done, like really like he was putting a lot of effort. I really noticed that, and then I just want to thank him, because it's like Malik said, like there were some people like fortunately like my sponsor paid for my flight, for my staff, but one of the things that I get kind of mad, I was like, there's a lot of people, like they put their own money to get here, and I think they deserve like like at least a decent tournament. And then that was what happens in team tournaments. Actually, another quick thing, it was like the friends and people like Team Chaos, Lucha, like Cafe ID members, friends, players from Japan. They're like, oh, like when the tournament's gonna start, we're gonna see you guys play. And I'm like, I think it'll be ready like in 15, 20 minutes, and then it takes long and long and long and long. And, like this something that I just want to add.
Okay. So there was a big kind of gap in time between matches, or when the tournament was going to start, right?
Yeah, it was the start of the tournament, because what had happened was what I need to do as a tournament organizer is go up to the front desk and tell them, okay, open up signups for KOF teams. And I'm trying to remember. Oh, room opened up around like 10 a.m. and I get down there at like 11 a.m. Set up a setup. We have our table set up. I get everything out, but then I notice I don't have a power cable, and so I say, "Hey, what's going on? Oh, we're having power cable issues over here." Okay, cool. It's a new event. This type of stuff happens, unfortunately. Not a new event, new venue. And so I tried to help them out as much as possible with that. Fortunately, it took a couple hours to get that resolved. I had to run out to Home Depot. I had to buy extension cable. And then I had to run back out to Home Depot because we need more tape to tape down said extension cable. And that's just what held up Teams tournaments. Teams tournaments didn't start until, probably like 5, 6 o'clock. But we had setups set up just for people to get casuals in by like around like 3. And that's what held up most of that day. And then what I do want to ask, if you don't mind me cutting in, I was wondering, because I don't want to leave any stones unturned for any type of questions or thoughts or anything. I'll try to answer them as best as possible. Malik, you said that there was like shady things happening, and I was wondering, like what exactly you were referring.
Oh well, I guess you guys didn't hear, but like, because Jaxo was staffed too. It's not really shady. It's more of favoritism. Basically,
Okay.
I can't really. I don't know the official word, but Jaxo usually doesn't really lie or BS about things. And I know Mr. Coates. I don't know if you know him, but he's he's a community member involved with like the East Coast scene. He's one of my good friends as well. But basically, what happened was I don't know if you know if he's with DMG, but Core.
Okay.
Core and Tekken, he booked his flight to leave at 4, and so they basically pushed Tekken and all the other games that was scheduled to go later, ahead of things, basically showing favoritism to Core and players like that. I don't know if it was because Tekken got the highest pot bonus of the tournament, but I felt I felt really offended once I heard that, because I'm like, wow, just because this guy, screwed up on his plane ticket and they're showing accommodations and stuff, like, I could understand that, but it's like, well, he should be DQ'd, no offense, because, I live close and I have to work too, and, KOF players should get their time to shine as well, like, and even people in the stream chat, I asked one of my friends who's, he was looking like, yo, where's KOF? Like, is Top 8 gonna get streamed? I don't even think Spooky was aware of what was going on. He just did what what the staff told him. This is as far as I know, though. So
I know something about Team Spooky because I went to their room like Sunday night, and then I talked with this guy, and he was like something about like when Mortal Kombat it was about to end, some people from Tekken had to leave. And
yeah,
then they got close to them, and they're like, "Oh man, some players, like 2 players, they had to leave their top 8. You think can we next?" And then I think they make it happen, so they change the schedule, and then the next game, the Virtual Fighter or Alive, I don't know which the name.
Dead or alive?
Uh-huh. And then another person got close to Team Spook, and they're like, "Oh, I think it was a kid player, and they got close to them, and they asked again, "Oh, you think can we next? We can be next because the kid has to leave." That's what they told me, but they didn't even like try to push Fighter. I guess if somebody got close to them and they asked him, and they didn't know like everything, all the stuff was happening, like they're like, okay, just let's try to be nice, let's try to help the community. If they have to leave, just let's do it. That's what I heard from Team Spooky. They didn't even know, like, I think at the end it was too late, and the tournament it was like almost finished to make like top 4, top 3. So that's what I heard from Spooky.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was gonna say, I'm happy to hear that. I mean, unfortunately, I don't know what to call it, favoritism or whatever, but it just, working with the Tekken community that they got something streamed, because with KOF, unfortunately, with 4 setups and 57 entries, we got done really late, and in order to get our top 8 up on stream,
yeah,
like,
I think they didn't expect they didn't expect that much people. Honestly, that's what I think. I think they didn't expect that much
Yeah.
for Kino Fighter. And I think that's not the best thing about KOF.
Yeah, I know. I was pushing for extra setups, and I just know that the other staff were too busy to bring me additional systems. With just there were other events going on, and haven't found out what those events were. But and so that might have helped us speed it up a little bit. But unfortunately, it just seems like everything was against us in terms of getting up on stream. And we got the Beefuteki stream, which was great. I'm so happy that there's guys out there that are willing to put forth money and time to stream, and then
Thank you, man. Thank you. Really appreciate that.
yeah, and because those guys, they got to put out their money for their data plans to stream, and unfortunately, I'm not sure what was going on with the data rate and things like that, but just the commitment is all you can ask.
Wasn't KOF 13 at NEC last year? Like how I remember it being pretty hype or whatever. It looked pretty well done. What was kind of the difference between last year and like this year as far as like the organization?
The difference, really, I think it comes down to is the new venue, and just every little kink that can go along with the new venue, whether it's dealing with different staff that are at the venue. And dealing with different issues that arise at a new venue. I could say from personal experience, I love the new venue compared to running a KOF tournament. I know Joe, who ran KOF, I think he ran it at NAC last year. And the thing about KOF that year is that it was in the side room with the other anime games. And when you run a tournament at the old venue at the Holiday Inn, there's multiple satellite rooms and you got the main room, but even the main room isn't that big. And if you need someone that's playing another game, you need to go across the hotel lobby to go into those satellite rooms or into the main room to call for that player. Then you got to go to the other rooms, and it takes a lot of time to try and get players. This room, we're in the main ballroom, and I could just turn around and yell across the room, turn around, yell across the room with my bullhorn. And luckily the KOF players, they're great because they're always there. Like everyone's just waiting to watch and to play. And there weren't too many other players that were messing around with other games. And to the other guys, that play other games, it takes a lot of dedication to be that good at all those games. But that's also one of the challenges of being a TO is to organize with them and to make sure that they get on your station as well as the other games.
Right. Yeah, because tournaments as a whole are just stressful. Even as a player, they're stressful. But can imagine as a tournament organizer, man, you got to make sure everybody's happy, make sure things run on time. There ain't no like issues with like equipment or anything. The stream got to be nice. It's just like a wild party. So I give props to all the TOs that have ran events that are still doing their thing because it's hard work.
Yeah. I mean, just to reiterate, I just think it's a new venue, and that was the issues of the new venue. But I think the new venue is great. What's up, Romance?
I have a question. I still have a question. I would like to ask Jeremy. It was Kino Fighter a main game for the tournament?
I believe it was a main game. It is older, but I mean at the same time, we were in the main ballroom. We weren't put off into a side room. The 4 setups that were there, I brought 4 monitors. I brought 3 PS3s. We got guys from the community to bring in another PS3. I should have asked more people. So I posted that up on Dream Cancel. Should have asked more people for more PS3s because I know Big E Gaming had other monitors towards the end of the night just laying around that we could have tried to help speed up for a better chance to get ourselves up on Team Spooky stream. But I mean it's a main event. I mean we bring in numbers one way or another.
Like
but,
it was. Sorry, not to interrupt, but like
no, it's fine.
It was like it was a main game, but it wasn't because like it wasn't a main game like the ones on the pre-registration list.
Right, I know.
Like and that was a big deal to a lot of people because like it looks bad like on Atlas's part, like it's like like you donating the pot bonus and this is supposed to be a main game, and I think it was supposed to be because like you said we were in the main room, but not having pre-registration on the main website with other game, with like literally,
Yeah.
I think literally every other game, like even Persona, which by the way got like like 3 times the numbers, almost 3 times the numbers as we got, but that's not the point. The point was that they got pre-registration and we didn't, and I felt kind of, like
Persona was there?
I was a little offended, but I was just like, it's like whatever. People are still going to show up and play. And
I
so
got
it's-
offended.
Yeah, no, I mean, what it really comes down to is each tournament organizer is essentially they're responsible for their own games. So Alan Stickbug, he runs a fantastic gig over there, and he had Japan over. That was amazing. Unfortunately, it came down to me and only having so many setups, second event, all that jazz adds up to being how it kind of was, but. Pre-registrations were annoying because I remember halfway through the day, I remember like reading his tweets and stuff, but Fubor Dog came up from Texas, and halfway through Sunday he's like, hey, when am I up in the brackets? I said, oh shit. I'm like, I forgot you were even coming up, and I knew that he wasn't on the brackets because I've been looking at him all day. And he's like, well, wasn't there pre-registration? I'm like, no, there wasn't. He's like, oh, damn. And I was like, yeah, I'm so sorry, man. But yeah, I was at that point, especially. I was just like, man, we should have had pre-registration because there's a lot of guys that were just expecting. They put down all their money on all the pre-regs because they just knew, I'm going to play at these games and I'll be covered. I don't have to worry about it anymore.
Yo, did
But,
Persona have pre-registration or?
Yes.
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Yep.
Then, What,
I don't know. Yeah,
Okay.
we don't know. Just
did it have a pop bonus?
yeah,
Yes.
because it's Atlas. They both
Okay.
had the $750 pot bonus.
Ooh,
so,
man. Okay.
I did my research.
Cool. Yeah, and we want to thank Atlas always for the pop bonuses.
Definitely.
Thank you so much.
I love playing a game that like having a publisher like support. It feels so good, like to know they care about us.
Yeah, exactly. That's great. Cool. Romance. Do you have any other questions regarding NEC? The tournament.
There's something I would like to add, like about the pot bonus.
Mhm.
I talked with the BG, and I think like the next tournament, because like he's gonna help us the cross community for the winter ball, and then he was talking about like a pot bonus, like Atlas did, and then I was like, honestly, I would like you to make at least top 6, because like I don't really care money. Believe me, I don't really care money. But like this last tournament, I think I don't know if they did like 70 or 80 and 20 and 10, something like that.
The
And then I
payout.
think, yeah, the way they spread the money, and then basically Bala got the whole pot bonus, and then plus some entry fees, and then I got some money, and Zidane got some money. And I think, like, it's a better way to, like, do top 6. If you guys pay top 6, top 8, it's going to be, like, more people, like, rally to go there. Like, okay, like, because Bala is going, Reynolds going, some good players going. But they're going to do, like, they're going to pay top 6. So I have a chance. I'm going to try hard, like, stuff like that.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, because like if it's only top 3, then some people are like, I don't know, because I know who's gonna get to top 3. But if it's more than that, then that means more people can get the money and the the listing or whatever for the top 8 or whatever, right?
Yeah, that's what I think. I think it could be like like a better idea for the community.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That's a good idea.
Yeah, and I was going. Well, no, I was going to say you're saying it's a good idea. As soon as Romance put that up, Eric responded. He's like, "All right, we get top 6," and so just like that, like the guy's just like, "All right, I'll pay out top 6." And what really, he just came out. Oh, sorry, I hit my mic. He just came out and said that sorry for what happened at NEC 13. Everything just seemed to go against KOF, but I want to make it up to you because I care about it. And then he said, free entry, $1,000 pop bonus out of his pocket, and and then they're gonna pay out to the top 6.
That's amazing, man. I really respect, the apology he gave us. And, like, I don't really know really well this guy, because maybe I'm not, like, really know about the fighting game community, because, like, Kino Fighter wasn't main game, like, years ago. But I know him a little bit, and definitely he's a really good person, tournament organizer. The only thing is the communication for this tournament. I don't have anything bad to say to you, to BE. Just if I'm trying to like to share what I saw, my thoughts, it's because I would like to I don't want to see this again. It's nothing against you guys. It's just trying to get better things for next tournament.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't want to see it again either. Like, I want everyone to go out, smiling faces, and man, like, that's all I want. And yeah, I mean, that's what we're aiming for Winter Brawl.
And
definitely.
you guys showed us that you guys care about the community, that you guys care about Fighter, and you're planning a really good stuff for Winter Ball. I'm gonna do a hard try to get there, because like I say, like for me, I didn't pay for myself to get there, but like my sponsor did, and I'm like, I didn't even was on mainstream. I'm like, I don't know what they think now. Like, okay, I don't want to pay you for a flight ticket for stuff, and you're not even in the main stage. I mean, there's another reason that I want to share this, but I'm gonna like do my best try to get to Winter Ball. It's for the community. I always enjoy to play all the East Coast guys. You guys love Fighters. That's the main thing.
And when is the date on Winter Brawl 7 again?
It's February 23rd and February 24th.
All right, that's Winter Brawl 7. All right, that sounds great. Cool. So, all right, why don't we shift it up just a little bit? Romance, can you share with us some of your thoughts on the players that you met, and as far as like their skill, as far as the East Coast goes, and and other places other people have came from, as far as NEC?
For sure, man, it's a pleasure. First of all, I would like to mention like the guy who got third place. I believe his name is he goes by Zidane.
Zidane.
It's a top player. He's really, really good. He actually beat me in the team tournament. Thanks, right. He got the win at the end, and then I gotta play him at winners final, losers final, and he beat me a match. And then like you can really feel like how they love the game. Like the way they play, like you can see like they want to get better. They want to play better people. Like I want to say that about these guys. And then right, man. I heard he's the best East Coast player. And then I saw him playing, and his play style is like really good, like really smart. He knows how to do really good combos. His like strategies are really good. And then definitely he's one of the best from East Coast. I'm glad I finally met him. And like my league, I remember when I got my pool over, I was like, okay, Bala is already on top 8. Who's the guy for the next pool? And I'm like, Malik, oh man, these guys he knows what he's doing, so he's going there. He wants to win, and I'm like, cool. I honestly, I think the people on East Coast sometimes they show their love about Kino Fighter like better than West Coast. That's my personal opinion, because I know there's, definitely. In here, there's a lot of really good players, but sometimes, you know what? We don't even want to play with some guys, or we don't want to play with other guys. No, man. When the tournament NEC was over, I was talking with all East Coast, and they're like, oh man, my community, I just play with this guy, and I play him online because he lives like 4 hours drive from my house. I'm like, really? Yeah. And the same thing. Oh, I have three guys on my team. I would like to play with more people. And I'm like, damn, man. They drive for hours just to play 3, 4 hours, and we live like 30 minutes driving, and we don't even play. I'm like, no, man. I really respect that. I want to say that. I respect the East Coast players. They love the game. They really love the game.
Thank you. Like, we all do try hard too, and I wanted to add another 2 cents. Like, I'm actually originally from Georgia, which is why I was in the final round. So, I'm a bit from the East Coast, and it was actually worse down there too because it's hard to just travel, and gas is really expensive now. Like not everybody wants to take the risk of driving their cars and stuff, and a lot of us do, like, especially like like Zidane, me, A3 Religion, was it Executioner? You probably didn't see him, but a lot of us we love KOF like a lot, and we just played yesterday actually, so. Like every weekend or so, we get together and play. I was saying that earlier, and we just keep it alive. I play with another best friend of mine too. We try to just like grind it out and stuff because the game is so good, and we just love it and just want to keep it on going and support it. Like that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's true. There's one guy from Florida. His name is Alfonso. He goes by so. I think like there's some towers, like Fire towers, in all the country. Like he always supports, his state, his community. Like Common Sense. I remember Javier. I think his name is Javier Common Sense from North Carolina.
Yeah.
He too, man. They support the game. Like there's James from Chicago. Man, all of them. Marco from New Jersey, New York. All of them, man. And they show the love, like. I really respect that from all of you guys. Like, my respect.
Appreciate it. We really do. No, it's because I know you guys have had the game for a long time, so we're still kind of technically playing catch up. So that's why we gotta stay dedicated and stuff. And it's for me, it's it's not only just a game, but I want to make sure everyone is happy as well. Make sure they have a good tournament experience, have fun playing matches and stuff. I don't want no one to have any like a bad tournament experience because I've had a lot of those in my life, and
that's why we are here, man. That's why we are here to share this and make it's not happen again.
Yeah, for sure. And I'll definitely be on staff if I can. Like I'll do everything that's within my power. So, like if it's shelling out money that I have to put things on my life on hold. It's not gonna put a dent in my pocket like that. So whatever the cost is.
Word. This is a good segue into the kind of next subject. For the show is East Coast KOF, and I know, Malik, that I've seen some players express a little bit of frustrations or disappointment about the scene out there. And I want to know like how things have been like shaping up recently, as far as the different different players and areas as far as getting people together to play KOF out there.
Well, I live in New York. Like I live close to Executioner and another guy. He doesn't go to tournaments. There's nothing. But like as far as like actual players, there's a lot of like players. And there's actually a decent bit of people interested, but because there's so much miscommunication and like there's not enough. There's a lot of misconception about people actually playing KOF, like especially in New Jersey, because people, I don't know if Master CJ still plays, but people still think he plays. I'm pretty sure he doesn't. So basically, in New Jersey, you have like was it Die Nixty, Psy, and Marco Polo. Everyone knows Marco. There's my other friend Kira. He plays in Jersey, and New York. There's there's us the Team Stickbuck guys. We play, and there's other people that play in New York too. There's actually a lot of players in New York, believe it or not. So, and there's a decent amount of people in New Jersey too. But the problem is there's no event. Like I wanted. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Kumite series, but that's what I wanted the Kumite series to be. Just the event to get everyone together, so we can have some kind of like sanction and structure in our community and have a I want an event that the East Coast has, like I guess like the East Coast equivalent of the run back, but not so much every week, but like if it's going to be a monthly, let it be so like people from Jersey and even like Pennsylvania try to make it out, or if out of towners are there, they can come to it. And it's just that event is no disrespect or anything, but I've even like I haven't said it, I don't have a problem saying things to people's faces, but the event is it's poorly advertised. It's poorly advertised, and I'm not gonna say it's poorly ran, but it's just poorly advertised and poorly organized. And I tried to give my 2 cents in with the TO. I'm not gonna put his name out there. He knows he is already or whatever. And if he has a problem with me stating the truth, then he can feel free to speak to me about it. But it's a bad event, and it gives King of Fighters a bad rep. That's why I've been pushing the Team Stickbug event, because a lot of those guys I'm cool with, and one of the organizers, Diendo, I'm pretty cool with him. And he's added KOF back, and I told him, yo, if it's anything KOF related, like I'm down. I'll advertise, like I'll put it on my Twitter, my Facebook. I'll even get a friend to make a banner for it, to do stuff, and I'll pay him for it. That's I'm willing to do a lot. So
right. All right,
that's the problem. And we actually have another event. I can't really say too much. I can't put too much detail on it because I'm not 100% sure, but I'm about 85% certain that it's going to happen. And if it does, it'll be more than likely a bi-weekly series.
Mm-hmm.
Probably be on a Saturday, so that'll be a good day. Because I know people work and stuff, and I know weekends. A lot of people do retail jobs because I used to work at Walmart, so I know. And just some weekends you just can't make it, but if it's a bi-weekly or something, you can maybe get off of work or, work, switch your schedule around to try to make it. Because when you're making an event, people don't realize is that you have to try to accommodate to all the players. It's impossible. Everyone can make it, but, at least let's make it realistic. Like, hey, a middle of the event in the middle of the day for a game that's not Street Fighter and Marvel, especially in America, is not really good. So let's do this on the weekend or something, like a Saturday or Sunday.
Right.
Like how what was it? Not the Southtown Arcade Rambats was Sundays. That's a perfect day. Like people go to church on Sundays, and what are they doing the rest of the day? They're gonna sit home and eat or whatever. It's perfect to go and play at a tournament.
Right.
Not too long. So that's the state of the KOF East Coast community. Like I honestly didn't know people played in Pennsylvania or Philly until I met one guy, Manny. He was actually pretty good, and he was like, I only play online. I was like, wow, you just play online? You need to play with us, man, because you'll get really good in no time. Like, it's just like I said, if we had an event that was really advertised like efficiently to get to everyone's attention and stuff, then I think our scene will start to grow, and even other people that play other games, because I know a lot of players that play anime games. They're like, I'll play it, but there's no scene, there's no nothing, there's nobody.
Right.
And the reason being is there's no events. There's one event, and other than that, there's majors. So you have to just forget this. Like, what am I playing for? At least if you play like Blaze Blue or anime games, you got Team Stickbugs once a month.
Right.
And everyone usually tries to show up to those. So, basically, the more events we have, the better. But I don't want to oversaturate it, because if we have too many events, then people, it'll start making the scene look bad, or like, oh, no one's going to your tournaments, blah blah blah. Well, no offense, but a lot like this to different terms of like players in like games. Like I would say KOF players, they're more of like poverty players. Like a lot of us are kind of like broke, or like we have real issues more so than the Capcom players. Like that's why you see the same guys playing Marvel and Street Fighter every week, because they have more money, or whatever their financial situation is better. But KOF falls under poverty, and we just can't afford to shell out money like that. So when we do have events, we have to make it to where most people can be flexible with.
Right.
So,
right.
Hey, that's what I've gathered from the East Coast state. I mean, the state of the East Coast.
Right. Romance, you there, man?
Yes, I'm here.
Cool, man. Yo, I have a question for you, man. We were just talking about events and stuff like that, having, Malik was just talking a little bit about trying to build an event. You know what I'm saying? Maybe sometime on the weekend, or and he briefly mentioned the run back, and I've heard that like what's going on with KOF at the run back? Do you know?
Yeah, what is happening right now? Like for me, I have to work like Monday through Friday, like 3 p.m. till 11 p.m. And then there's like most of the people for Kino Fighter. I mean, for Team Chaos is the same thing. We all work nights, and then so we can go anymore. Like we even it's kind of close. I say kind of close because it's not pretty far, but even for people like me, like I don't drive, so if I want to go there, it's like 3 hours fast, and then finish late. So 3 in the morning, I don't have way to get to my house back, so I just can't go and support the scene there. And then like it's people that they have to work, have to go to school. It's kind of hard for a lot of people to go there. And then I wrote on Team Chaos Cup 13 tournament that if you guys if they can do it like Saturday, it'll be like better idea. But I remember like Alex Valle say like, oh, you know what, the thing is I'm doing it like in between week, like not in weekends, because we're trying to avoid like majors. And I'm like, okay,
right.
cool. But for Kino Fighter, there's not a lot of people from like from West Coast that they can travel to the big tournaments. And I'm like, I know there's a lot of people they want to see the stream. Like I think it can be better idea if they do it like every 2 weeks Saturday. But people think that it's not a really good idea. I don't know. That's what I see in the roadblock. A lot of people have to work, have to go to school, or just like me, I don't drive, and it's kind of far.
Right. Okay. Yeah, because that'll be too bad to have it leave the lineup. You know what I'm saying? Because it's it's a fun game to watch. Every week or so. But if things have to change for more people to come out, then they might have to. And Jeremy, question, dude. Like as far as like tournament organizers go, like how do y'all like plan events like where just in case there won't be any kind of conflicts with any other majors? Is it just plan it far ahead, or do you just like ask people? Do you look at other schedules? Like how do y'all like really do that?
Yeah, there's a bunch of communication. As long as you're good and you're good in the community, you keep a look at the calendar. You keep an eye out on the calendar. You try and plan as far as in advance, because then you get to have all your attendees or all the people, all the players that are coming out to play at the tournament. They have it further notice so that they can plan for it, and then it also lets you choose what week you want to plan it on. So I mean, there's different weeks when it comes to booking location. There's different weekends that are cheaper, easier to get, but that's all based on if it falls around the holiday and how far out you're planning.
Mm-hmm.
So all that does come into effect, and as long as you're like a good tournament organizer or someone like Eric who's been around, I mean, it's called NEC 13. That's 13 years that there's been an NEC. And I mean, he knows so many people, and he keeps in contact with all of them to make sure that he's not stepping on any toes.
Right. Okay. All right. That's one thing I always wondered, because like as players, we always, we have to plan in advance, and make sure, there aren't any conflicts even within our own selves. You know what I'm saying? To attend these events. So that's cool to know. All right.
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be some times where like an event falls on another event, but luckily it seems like recently they happen, West Coast versus East Coast, which it's a bummer, but at the same time, like the only one that's really hurting is the big time players and stream monsters that can't have both eyes on both streams. Right.
All right. Romance, man. I have a gameplay question to ask you. I've been picking up Benny Maru lately, and I've been learning his corner throw combos.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to know, is it, I want to say, is it worth it? But I've been trying to do the lightning loops, the air Rhinagians or whatever. And I see sometimes, like, when you play, I don't know if I'm missing, you're doing that, but it seems like you tend to not do the lightning loop sometimes, or like do you do it on like certain occasions, or like what the main question is, like, is it worth it to learn the lightning loops, or should I just go for more of the different like kind of longer cancels, you know what I'm saying, in between?
Yeah, like for the last tournament, I had to play with a different stick because mine it's not working really well. And then yeah, I was trying to do the Tiger Knee, the liking kick,
Yeah.
and then I haven't I had a lot of trouble because it wasn't my stick. But yeah, I definitely if you want to go for the kill, you gotta practice that. But believe me, it's kind of no easy. It's not easy.
Right.
But what I do most of the time is like the 50% damage combo with Benimaru in the corner.
Mhm.
Like you have a 50% damage like really safe, so you don't have to risk more. So
Right.
I think it's better if you go for the damage.
Right. Okay. Yeah, because one combo I've just been doing is like corner throw, the Hadouken kick up down cancel into the quarter circle back, lightning. I do it again. Then I do the Rainagen with C, and then I do another quarter circle forward kick, up down drive cancel into the quarter circle back lightning. A couple times, and it does some pretty good damage. But I've been.
And it's pretty tired.
What's that?
I mean, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, but it's hard, and it's like 12, 16 times that you have to do that. It's risky. It's risky. If you drop one, you're not gonna get a stun, and then you're not gonna get a kill.
Right. Okay. Cool. All right. Yeah. Because I always wonder that, man. Because I've been practicing, and I'm like, man, this is difficult.
Yeah, it is difficult. I actually about to Benimaru, I just found out that there's an unblockable stuff like Street Fighter.
Oh yeah.
And then yeah, man, it's something really new, and then it's really useful for Benimaru players. I'm gonna try to share that on our stream,
Mhm.
and then more technology. There we're working on it. Yeah, but definitely Benimaru is one of the really good characters.
Okay. Yeah. Because I dropped Mr. Karate for Benimaru, and I felt like I made a good decision, even though like almost everybody and their mom plays with Mr. Karate.
Yeah, and Benimaru jumps higher. It's something cool, isn't it?
Yeah. I like his range is a bit longer too, so that's why I like Benimaru a little better than Mr. Karate.
Yeah, actually, Yoshi's playing Benimaru too.
Oh yeah. Oh, all right. Cool. Yeah, I might have to check it out. All right, everybody. So we about to wrap up the show. Why don't we just do some shout outs? Y'all can shout out, some of y'all peoples, sponsors, streams, Twitters or whatever. So why don't we start with you, Jeremy? Why don't you give us some shout outs, if you could, to the peoples?
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to the whole community, everyone that showed up to NEC 13. Thank you so much for coming out. I mean, it was crazy. You got guys coming out from California. You had like Wild Wallace. You had DJ Divine, Bala, Romance. I mean, it was just awesome having everyone come out. And then you had all your local players. Had the guys down from North Carolina come up. Just thank you so much. Winter Brawl, doing everything that we can to make it better. And I just all the support that you guys have had for me personally is great. Like, because like y'all said, you're just out to make it better, and that's all I'm here to do too. And just it's awesome. Yeah, shout out to Biggie Gaming. Winter Brawl 7 gonna be $1,000 pop bonus, free entry. If you're thinking about coming out to a tournament, coming out to a major, head on out there, because all you gotta do is pay for the venue fee, and guess what? Now you're gonna be playing for $1,000. Hype rooms at nighttime. That's the one thing. Anyone that's thinking about playing KOF, this is one thing I wanted to say when Malik was talking, and just trying to get people out to come out and play. Reading through the surveys, people are like, "Oh, I don't know if I want to play because it's too tough. There's such a learning curve, this, that, and the other. It's like, don't worry about that. That's the last thing you got to worry about, because when you go out to these events, everyone there is so hungry for new blood. It doesn't matter if you're a scrub or if you've been playing games for 6 years and you got your fundamentals down, like they're rock solid. It doesn't matter. Just come out, support the scene, and they'll support you back. They want you to play. It's if you never went out to a hungry community, you gotta witness it. Because Malik was talking about hanging out with Melty Blood guys. I went out to them once. I tried to get into Melty Blood for a bit, and those guys are just like, they just ran train on me, and they're like, no, it's okay, keep playing, man, keep playing. It's just like, I don't know what to do.
You don't play like, you don't understand. It's hard to get new blood. Oh my god, like that's another. Oh god, I want to get on that.
Yeah, no. So, but I'm just saying, for anyone that finds themselves listening to this podcast, that you play Street Fighter 4 or you don't even play a fighting game, and you're just like, man, this King of Fighters game looks pretty cool, and they find this podcast, come out to one of your local scenes. Me and a guy named Joe, JT4MTB, we're gonna start up the Philly scene again, and we just want people to come out. They're gonna be hosted at Joe's house. If you're interested, get in touch with me. My name is Mono Tecatio on the forums. Just go into the Philly thread and Dream Cancel. And if you want to hit me up on Twitter, at DES_Mono. Team Don't Ever Stop. And that's pretty much all I got.
Cool, well said. Malik, shout outs.
First off, I'd like to give shout outs to all my real life friends who took time to support me and and all that, because they actually do care about, I guess I ain't gonna say my gaming career or anything like that, but they care about my passion and hobby that I take very seriously and all that. And all my friends that were there, Silent Shinobi, who was supporting me in top 8, even though I know I let a lot of people down, including myself, but I'll try my hardest next. I'll try even harder next time. Special shout outs to my boy Josh, aka Zidane, getting third. That was really good shit on him. I'm proud. 3 of us from Team Stickbug Zero Division got top 8. Hopefully we can do better. And just shout outs to the KOF scene in general. I love this community, man. I'm glad I decided to pick up KOF. Even now, I've been playing for what this will barely be a year. I've been playing KOF, and I feel like I get nothing but love, and I love this game. I just care about the community and stuff, and hope to still be a big part of it as far as making things more pleasurable for other people and for veteran members and beginners as well. So that's about it.
All right, cool. Man, we didn't hear too much from from Yoshi. I don't even know if he's still there, but Romance, you there, man?
Yeah, I'm here. Yoshi is here too. He's laughing.
Oh, word. Oh, my fault.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Yo, Yoshi. Yo, we doing shout outs, man. Why don't you throw a couple shout outs to the listeners?
Shout out to Team Chaos. No, shout out to everyone, to the NET staff, to the to the whole KOF community. The East Coast guys, you guys are doing your thing, and I hope you guys
Come over to SoCal.
Yeah, come over to SoCal, because this is another big scene right here. Yeah, and going back to the tournament, everybody makes mistakes, so let's just, I wasn't at the tournament because I really can't go, but I was actually viewing the on the stream, so the stream was very poor, but let's just take this as a learning experience, and let's just not let this happen again. But other than that, you guys are doing great, and shout outs to everyone.
Cool. Romance, shout outs.
Shout outs, man. Shout outs to all the East Coast guys. Let me try to make a quick shout out to Alfonso, to James, to Michael, to Common Sense, to Malik, that he's here, to everyone, everyone I meet in every single tournament. Then shout outs to my sponsor, AGE, for helping me to get there. And to everyone, man, for Cafe members that they always looking at, the streams. They always asking where we're gonna play. Like they always try to share. And then for sure, shout outs to BE for Eric, because like Joshi said, everyone, we make mistakes, and I know this guy, and I trust this guy, and I know it's not gonna happen again. Shout out to this guy.
All right, sounds very good. Thanks a lot. Thanks all y'all for being on this show. Malik, Jeremy, Romance, Yoshi, thank you so much. I appreciate it. The community.
Thank you for giving us a chance.
Yeah, the community appreciates it. Yeah, for sure. Thanks for people listening. I hope this has been fruitful and educational for you, and hopefully it inspires you to keep playing and practicing and, tightening up, your local events and stuff like that, before you can keep things, pushing and building to the next level and plateau. Just to let everybody know, I think probably the end of this month we're going to do a 2012 wrap-up reflection podcast show, and it's going to be myself, a couple of the mods, maybe a couple of the front page editors, some people that edit the wiki, and we're just going to just talk about KOF 13 and things that have just happened this year, things that we've learned, things that we saw, things that we liked, things that we, disliked, for we can have things better for next year. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be like a New Year's Eve podcast show, and it'll be, it'll be next to the video we're going to probably have out. It's going to be a KOF 13 Best of 2012 compilation style video showing the greatest hits, the greatest comebacks, hypest moments, and stuff like that we've been putting together. And it should be fairly nice. It's gonna be like one of them little third strike videos or whatever, like, you know what I'm saying. So it should be a lot of fun. So yeah, be on the lookout towards like before the New Year's for that for the video and for our 2012 wrap up podcast. So
awesome.
yeah, that concludes episode 14 of Drive Counselor Radio, the official podcast from DreamCounsel.com. I'm Desmond De La Ghetto, part of the administration team, and yeah, that's about it. I want to say peace to everybody, and we'll catch y'all next time.
Thank you, Desmond.
No
Good
problem.
time.
Have a good one.